Hello guys, today we'll talk about the storage type. In IT especially we deal three kind of storage and we have seen those: file storage, block storage and object storage. So let's understand one by one all these three storage. So first we'll talk about the file storage. If you see this diagram, we have three kind of structure. So we have parent and then child kind of relationship here. So or we can say hierarchical structure. So if you see this hierarchical structure, so we have one root folder and then we have subfolder, or maybe directory and subdirectory, and under the subdirectory we have another directory, and then we are storing a data. It depends. So maybe you can store file inside a folder or directory, or maybe a subfolder, again you are getting a subfolder. So it depends on the need. So best example, let's say we have laptop, we use the hard disk. So this follows the file storage concept. So if you want to calculate the path of the file, in this case let's say we have this abc.txt file. So what will be the path? File path will be the file folder directory plus subfolder and subdirectory. In this example we are talking about, and then file name. So this is the travel path. So then it will get the your actual file name. So this is the good if you are using your laptop or you are storing a file. But downside of the file storage is that, or hierarchical data like storage is that, let's say you have large data set. Let's say for example you have 1 GB of file. It can be stored, but let's say you go 1 TB. So it's very difficult to store that large file, and accessing that file is challenging. And also once you store, if you look in your laptop, once you store a data, so it will create a temporary file before writing in that data, and then it is writing a file same time in the same folder. Another file can be also written. So this is your file storage, and protocol we use on the NFS and SMB. These are the two protocol file storage is using. So I hope you understand the file storage. Simply what we have to understand, we have the directory, subdirectory. There we can store the content, and if content is in large in size, then file storage may be not the right choice. So this is your file storage. Coming on the next, so block storage. So block storage generally in our IT, we have seen the databases, let's say DB2, IBM DB2, or maybe MySQL or the Oracle. Those databases, they follow the block storage. So for block storage, how it works, let's say we have one file in this example, large file. So underlying storage will have disk. So maybe in this case, let's say multiple disks are there. So let's say we chunk this file. Let's say we create 4 blocks of this: block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. These 4 blocks we are creating out of this file. So let's say block 1 store is getting here in the disk 1, and block 2 is going to store in the disk 2. Let's say block 3 is also getting stored here, and block 4 is storing here. So they will have the ID, so they will have the reference point, and what it will do, it will chunk the file and it will store there. But keep in mind, once you talk about the block storage, it is more like a structured data. Once we say structured data, let's say for example I have a kind of table structure. I am storing the data, rows and columns are there. So those kind of data set if you are storing, then block may be the best choice. But keep in mind, if you are talking about images or videos, this may be not the right choice. So just to focus on the structured data type, that's where we highlighted. If you have the video audio kind of data set, better go to the object storage. So object storage, what happens, right? So you have, let's say object, you have audio or video. Object is nothing, it's a properties. Any object have the properties or attributes, you can say, and they will have operations. That's a human being, so they have date of birth, their age, height. These are attributes, and they can walk. So those are the operations. So here the same way we treat the object. Let's say in this case video and audio. So how they will go to the store in the object storage? Each object or the, let's say, image is there, photo is the image is there. So that image will have one ID that is uniquely will identify that particular image. photographs, and then that will have metadata. Metadata is nothing, it's about the how much size of that file, when it was got created. So those kind of information, it will have the metadata, and then actual data will have your photographs, and those are going to store in the objects. So in this case, let's say S3 is the simple storage, AWS S3. So that is, we are taking example, that is a one of the example where we are storing a data in the form of object. So these three storage are there. We have learned, right? File storage, the downside is that if it's too much large file, then we cannot store that data. Same way in object, if you go block size, the problem is that unstructured data we can store. Let's say once we talk about the image and photos, if we have that kind of data, then we have to consider the object storage. That is the best suitable. I hope you got the storage concept clear. Thank you for watching the video.